this world has been connected. And now darkness within darkness awaits you.
In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came.
My name is Ansem. I reach for the darkness. One who knows nothing can understand.
Tidings, everybody, and welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. This is episode number 12 in the longest-running Kingdom Hearts podcast in the world. My name is Mike, your host as always, and with me as always, my brother, Jason. Hello, Jason.
Hi, guys.
Jason's here, but for the second week in a row, we have a very special guest, and it's this guy's first time on our podcast, at least his voice, because ever since season 1 or season 2 started, this man's beautiful rendition of Radiant Garden has been the Ansem Report podcast theme, and it's rocked us. It's been amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Fabio the Iguana. Welcome, Fabio.
Wow, thank you. Hello. I was not expecting the hype, just like coming right out the gate with the high praise. That was nice, making me feel right at home.
Of course, man. We love you, and we love the theme. Obviously, like
I'm gonna hire you to be my hype man from now on.
I don't think you can afford me, Fabio. Sorry. Anyway, we wanted to have Fabio on because one, he's responsible for that, and a lot of other really good. Like the Sanctuary cover that we love so much as well.
True.
That you and your now wife. Congratulations on being married, by the way.
Thank you.
Recent marriage for Mr. Iguana here, Mr. and Mrs. Iguana.
Yeah, right.
But I also want to have you on because you are a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Imagine that.
It's true.
Imagine that.
It's true.
And one thing I like to ask people their first time on the podcast, that, people like to get to know you and they like to get to know your Kingdom Hearts experience. So when did that start for you? When did Kingdom Hearts become a thing in your life?
Yeah, so when I was young, I was being babysat by like my next door neighbor, and I was friends with her son, and he had a PlayStation and he bought Kingdom Hearts. It was just like lying around the house. I was like, yeah, sure. So I played it and like, immediately got hooked. I mean, I was already really into Disney. I was like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 years old. And I was already really into Disney, and then like also kind of liked Final Fantasy. Like I think I was playing Final Fantasy X and like had played Final Fantasy VII. So I was already like, yeah, this sounds awesome. And then I played it and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking goated. Like, especially I was grabbed. I was
young
hooked.
Fabio like picking up the case. Holy shit, this is fucking goated. Like just a little kid Fabio.
It's true. It's exactly what I said. And I was hooked like right from, I'll tell you exactly when I was hooked. I know exactly when I was hooked. It's when Destiny Island starts going to shit and you have Night of Fate playing.
Dude. Yes.
And like that song was, it like, I don't know, it like just got into my brain in a way where I was like, oh my God, like this is sick. The intersection of like this really cool video game aesthetic with like this really cool song. And it's like, it's cool. It's in like 5/4 and it's like, and it's fucking, I was just like, like 8 years old was just like, was
You
popping.
at 8 years old, you were like, this is in 5/4.
No, of
Okay,
course
I was
not.
gonna-
But like,
I don't know, dude. I might believe
say,
it.
dude,
I'm
I might
fucking-
believe it. I might believe it.
no, I'm just saying like
this is in
it
5/4
added to the.
He's sitting there in
oh,
his head.
absolutely.
It
I
can't
knew
be.
back then it was in 5/4, and because I wrote it. I wrote the
Oh
music.
my
so,
god.
you know,
At 6 years old.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
yeah,
sense,
at
dude.
6.
4 years
No,
old,
that's-
Fabio the Iguana wrote Night of Fate. Insane. But yeah, so you got hooked on it there, and then it's just grown since then, right?
Yeah, and I've pretty much been a hardcore fan like since the beginning, I'd say. It's funny because I haven't like really had anyone to talk about the game with for like most of my life. Like I've had no real like close friends that have been into the game at all. So then like, take to the internet and you find like you can find anybody who's into anything, and
Right.
that's now I'm like feel like I have a lot of friends who are into Kingdom Hearts, and it's really
Well,
good.
and that's like such the play of like, I feel like the average KH fan, right? Like just, yo, this game is so fucking cool and I love it so fucking much, and no one I know plays it, and they won't play it either because they're like, what's this Mickey Mouse shit, dude? You're like, no, like Mickey Mouse is cool, but also like this is really cool, but like in its own way.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 was raw too. Like that game went fucking hard.
Yeah.
It did.
To be honest,
It did.
for a kid, like a kid's game,
It's insane how many, how often that story's told, though, where it's like, yeah, I have no one to talk to about this. And I consider myself pretty lucky because not only does Jason really like it,
Yeah.
probably because I was playing it, which,
I mean, yeah. It's one of those things where it's just, I got like all these PlayStation hand-me-down games or whatever, right? And I'm just
Right.
like, yo!
but I also had Addison, who's my good friend, who really digs it too. So I'm lucky. I don't think I've met anybody like me who actually had two friends that played Kingdom Hearts before they'd gotten the internet and started talking to people.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, that's pretty crazy.
Besides me, because I had like the similar thing where it was like you and me, and then me and Dom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess we're a couple of lucky boys.
Yeah,
but now
true.
we have like Fabio
Hundreds.
said, we have all the friends, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I did find some friends who were into Kingdom Hearts, and then I formed a band with them. So like that was fun. The guys in Time
Oh,
King are
Time King.
Kingdom Hearts fans.
Yes.
Dude, I should have known because of Power Wild, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I remember I was
So-
thinking about
Gotta-
that, and I was like,
Gotta fit in the references.
Did Fabio sneak this in, or are the homies also in on it? Like,
Yeah, they are in it. It was my idea, but they are definitely in on it. Actually, and then there's like we quote like little bits of Kingdom Hearts music in ways that are probably mostly indiscernible.
Right,
like
right.
they're really brief or vague or whatever. But we often did it and put it in the music.
nice.
For those who don't know, Fabio is in a very incredible band called Time King, a very popular band on stream when we're playing music on stream, and Time King
True.
comes
It plays
up.
all the time.
A lot of the chat pops off for Time King. And
I thought you were gonna say it's a really popular band. I was like, I don't know. Slow.
he's
hold
like,
on
wait
there.
a minute. No,
Hold
on
on
the
there.
stream, and then you were like, oh, okay,
Specifically
yeah.
on our stream. and honestly, I think, it's the kind of music I'm into, so maybe I'm,
Yeah.
and we're friends, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I think you guys are heavily underrated. Like
Aw.
well, just like the recording quality and the music quality and everything is higher than what you would expect from what I know about the band. That you guys like aren't super huge or anything, but it's
Yeah.
really good
Yeah.
shit. You guys really put your heart and soul into that stuff. So.
Yeah.
Everybody go check out Time King right now. Just stop listening to the podcast. We'll still be here when you come back. Go listen to Time King. It's a good band.
Or just go to twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros.
Yes.
You'll hear it eventually.
Watch.
Yes. We are the
You'll
number
hear
one
some.
Time King stands on
I mean, come on,
Twitch.tv,
guys.
dude.
They have a song called Power Wild. Like, that's just fucking cool,
Yeah.
dude. And it's also
Right.
absolutely banging. So come on, guys.
Yeah, that song-
You got no excuse.
The song rocks.
If you're into Disney too, they have a lot of tracks that are like Disney, like they don't sound like a Disney song, but like they're based off Disney, like what do they call it at Disney World? Like the different like
the lands.
the
I guess
lands?
like the yeah. I don't know what the official term is, but it's they're the like Tomorrowland for
Yeah.
Frontierland, and it's
Exactly.
like the iconic spots around the park and Disneyland and stuff that that have all of the narrative quality, that give all the narrative quality to the park, at least before they started stuffing it with IP like Star Wars and shit. But I promised that I wouldn't go. I promised I wouldn't talk about the parks. I'm sorry,
somehow.
so we don't have to.
I always do this to people where I'm like, we talk before the podcast about something, and I'm like, oh yeah, that you're gonna talk about that, and then I find a way to make them talk about it. Like it's my toxic trait.
You fucking got me.
Yep. Anyway, go check out Time King. I guess something I dropped the ball on a little bit as the person who hosts this podcast, but like for people who don't maybe know you, Fabio, why don't you tell them who you are and what you do as far as maybe your presence on the internet?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a musician, a composer, been performer. I've mainly in that band Time King, like we were talking about, but also I produce some other artists alongside my good friend Jesse Wright. We have a music studio called Meta Vista Media, and we record artists, we produce artists, we write music for them. We just basically do anything, and my goals are like to get into doing music for film, TV, video games, and stuff like that. And that's kind of where most of my energy is put. I have been doing a lot more things with like covers. When I was with Time King, I'm still in Time King, but we would do a lot of covers. And since then, now I'm focusing a little bit more on like my own stuff and the stuff with Meta Vista Media. So now I'm doing some of my own covers, and that's where Sanctuary and Radiant Garden come in. Hopefully to kind of make a habit out of doing stuff like that.
Dude,
but
please.
That's more of a passion project. I gotta find the time, honestly.
Right.
But I really do. I really want to. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I do. Is and then like if you ever run into me online, you'll know that I'm the guy that just doesn't shut up about music. So if you ever want to talk about music, you hit me up. That's totally cool. I'm down for it.
He does talk a lot about music, guys.
I do.
I've been a part of these conversations at times, not as much as probably you and David Russell have, but you guys probably talk about music a lot compared to me.
Yeah,
but you and I talk. You and I talk about Coheed and Incubus, so that's different.
That's true. It's just when you get so involved into something and you make it a part of like not just your like personal life but your professional life, and it all kind of just melds together, then like it really becomes a part of like your personality.
Right,
and so
right.
you'll find that musicians often have a hard time talking about stuff that's not music related, because it's just kind of like a part of who I am. I have a really hard time separating it, but it's only because like I have just so much fun talking about that stuff.
Right.
It's just I find a lot of happiness and passion in it. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
I feel like
very awesome.
I feel like it's a pretty. There's a lot of problems you could have. I feel like it's a pretty good problem to have on the scale of like good and bad problems.
It's not like you just can't stop talking about heroin. You know what I mean? Like, like that would probably not be good.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, you dropped it, and that's good.
Yeah,
music. There's a topic that I've talked to you about before, and I've seen other people talk about, and there's a groundswell. We're talking Kingdom Hearts music. There is a groundswell of, I don't want to say hate.
Haters.
I'll say, of negativity towards my man Ishimoto.
Slander, even.
Huh?
My man's. No, he's not my man's, but I just want to be clear. Dark Domination sucks. But anyway, why do you think people don't like Ishimoto in the music sense, Fabio?
Well, there's a couple of different reasons. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up because I wrote down some notes because I wanted to really give this due diligence because this guy deserves to get buried. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god! Straight to the throat.
No, it's just he's just lazy. He's lazy. He makes a lot of mistakes, like amateurish mistakes, that someone that's been working in the music industry for 20 years, you shouldn't be making. Just stuff that's out of key. He uses a lot of samples, which is fine. Now, for like people who don't know what I say when I mean samples, I mean like things that are pre-recorded, whether it's like recorded or it's made, with a synthesizer, and then something somebody else made, but it's royalty free, so you can use it and you can put it in your music, and that's okay. That's not like against the code of being a composer, but the way he does it, he doesn't really do a lot to make it his own. He takes a lot of just pieces and puts them together, and he doesn't add. Generally, it's better practice to take something, and even if it's something like a sample where somebody else has used it, you kind of change it a little bit to make it a little bit more original, or fit in a way that's like not just copying pasting something that somebody else made. It doesn't matter if it's royalty free. Like artistically, it's just like, it's kind of just lazy if you're just kind of taking stuff and putting it together and then slapping your name on and saying, hey, I wrote this. Like, which, yeah, there's this philosophical conversation about music and composing of like, well, if you put it together, then you made it, right? But I think it still is. It feels lazy enough when you take a look at it and you analyze it, and you can actually pinpoint the samples where they come from. And there's a couple of people in the Kingdom Hearts music community, David Russell and Keynote and them, who have done actually a lot of research and have found a lot of the samples that he used in, say, The World Ends With You, and some stuff from Birth by Sleep even. And it's stuff that samples you can just buy from, these MIDI packs or samples or whatever. And again, that's okay, but when it's just like not edited at all, and it's just
to where you
all
can
this
easily
stuff thrown
find
together,
it, yeah.
You can easily find it. You can kind of figure it out. Well, it's not, most people, 99% of people are not going to know. They're not going to be able to tell. Right.
I think
and
it's still relative to other people in the field, though. I think that's fair.
Yes. Yeah. And that's really where it comes from, is like for us people who are in the field, like it's frustrating because he's kind of highly regarded, and he has like quite a lot of fans, like people who think that he's really good at what he does. And I don't want to say that he's bad, but it's like frustrating when there's a lot of people who work really hard, and you have someone like Shimomura who spent so much time and put so much creative effort into making the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack really amazing. And he kind of just steps all over that in some places on the soundtrack, and it kind of sucks. But he's not. We don't hate him. We don't think he's a bad guy. We don't think he like hates music or anything.
We're not throwing
but
darts
like
at his picture, yeah.
What I'm hearing you saying, Fabio, is that Ishimoto is the HMK of the video game music industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dang,
Actually,
I expect you to deny that one. Be like, no, I wasn't saying it, but no, you just kept with
fuck
it.
No, fuck. Let's see, I have a little bit of a manifesto that I'd like to read that I was given to by some of the members of the Kingdom Hearts music community. I think it needs to be said. It's called the Ishimoto issue.
Oh shit.
Try to say that 5 times
Ishimoto
fast.
issue. Ishimoto issue.
Fucking goddamn Ishimoto, why are all your songs the same track? You compose in the exact same fucking way every time you open GarageBand. Your work started in The World Ends With You, and the idea was grunge loop-based Shibuya rap. But you didn't even do that correctly, as evidenced by the singer being literally out of key from the backtracks. So what the hell? Crisis Core. You used one motif for the whole soundtrack of 50 tracks, and the fandom went ballistic. It's so hard to talk about your influence in the JRPG OST scene without having to defend your opinion against the fanboys, but Jesus Christ, everything about the way you compose is exactly the same. We know this because of your work from Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, and Kingdom Hearts 3. Fuck, do you own any VSTs not from 2001? And yeah, no, so that's how we. That's
Wow.
That's
We
our
don't
official
hate him.
statement on the Ishimoto.
And then does that.
So
no, this is a complete joke.
Yeah.
of course.
No, it definitely sounds like a shit post. Yeah.
So I guess my question for you then is, Fabio, do you have a favorite Ishimoto track?
Oh, I do, and this is like plays right into the conversation we had before, where I said I don't really know the song titles very well, but there is one track from Kingdom Hearts 3 that I think is good, and it's not Dark Domination. That's for goddamn
Yeah,
sure.
that sounds bad.
But there, you know what? And actually, to be honest, I do like his soundtrack for Neo: The World Ends with You. I thought it was really good. But I've also seen and played with the samples that are in some of the songs of that soundtrack, like just the straight up samples. I've like played with it and recreated, and others in the community have recreated Ishimoto music too. In fact, if you go to Keynode's YouTube, he has a video where he uses those samples and makes like a song as if he's thinking about it, making it as Ishimoto. It's cool. So check that out if you haven't.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking through the soundtrack on Spotify right now. It's tough because, like you said, a lot of the songs you don't know by name. But just from glancing at it, to me, besides Dark Domination, which the part of the problem with Dark Domination, the song itself is like fine, but it's not good final boss music for one. And then two, the loop in OGKH3 is fucked. Like the song just like stops mid like measure. And then loops. It's so bad. And they fixed it for Remind and Melody of Memory, but oh my God, how did he get away with that?
That's thank you. How did he get away with it? That's what I think to myself is like, there's these mistakes, these like really amateur, lazy mistakes. And I'm like, how does nobody catch this? And two, like sit him down and be like, hey, this sucks. Can you like, actually fix this and make it better? God, like I don't understand how. No, dude, he can't.
He can't keep getting away with it.
But outside of Dark Domination, what I was gonna say is, to me, the like most egregious thing, and this isn't all his fault, but he looks like he handles all the Pirates tracks for the most part.
Yes, that's true.
And I get there's probably some rights issues with why He's a Pirate wasn't here, right? Because they didn't include those in Melody of Memory either. There's something weird with that. But man, he really didn't do much to make me feel good about those tracks being replaced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the battle music on the ship is basically a Skyrim song.
Yeah.
The music in that world feels really bland to me. It does. And it was funny because I played the game without looking at any of the credits of who worked on the soundtrack, and I was like, oh man, this music is kind of boring. And then I've looked and what do you know? It's fucking Ishimoto. Yeah. So I'm looking through it now too, and I don't think I like any of the songs that he did on this soundtrack. So
wait, you've reversed. You said you did like one, but you couldn't think of what it was.
Yeah, I can't find it, or I was lying.
It's gone.
Yeah, fucking it's gone. I threw him a bone. I said his Neo soundtrack was good.
Okay, so. That's true. You did say that.
I like a song from there too, dude. It's called Incongruous.
Neo World Ends With You?
Yeah.
A song.
Okay, so I think now is a good time, you guys. Fabio had a suggestion, Jason, and I didn't ask you if you were okay with it, but we're just going to do it. I'm sure everybody knows of Hurdle. Jason, are you familiar with Hurdle?
Absolutely not.
Do you know what Wordle is?
Yeah, I know what Wordle is. What is Hurdle?
So Hurdle is, the idea of Hurdle is it's basically name that tune.
Okay.
You listen to a song, and then you have to say what the song is.
Okay.
And Fabio, since I was the one who had to put it together, Fabio wanted to challenge you to some Kingdom Hearts Hurdle.
Okay, well, I'm going to do terrible at this because I don't ever look at song names, but fuck it, dude.
He said the same thing off air, so like, that's really funny.
For example, I've been listening to the new Coheed and Cambria album, like on nonstop on repeat, but like, unless it's one of those songs where they say the fucking, like, the name in the chorus, like, every single time, I'm not going to know the name.
Okay. So I'm actually sharing my screen with you guys. You won't be able to see the song titles, but let me know when you're watching so I can play a sample to make sure you guys can hear it.
It's all fucking rigged and staged, by the way, guys.
Rigged? No, Fabio has no idea what songs I picked.
No, I don't.
I literally put this together in 5 minutes while you were getting your burger.
Oh, nice.
Basically, since you guys are going to be hearing it at the same time, I don't. Should we buzz in? How should we do this, Fabio? I really don't know Hurdle either, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, we can't really do like a buzz in sort of thing. I guess we can just each give our answer and whoever's right.
Couldn't you guys say a buzzword like you buzz in? You each have a different one-syllable word you have to say. All right.
I'm down with that.
Jason, you have to say beef.
Okay.
And Fabio, you have to say poop.
Okay.
All right. So say your
Man.
buzzword to buzz in when you hear the song, when you know what it is, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
All right. Oh, fuck.
Dude, this one's got like a fuck name, doesn't it?
Oh,
I know where
don't
it's
know
from.
the name of this one.
I don't know the
I
name.
know where.
I know where it's from.
I know where it's from.
Well, someone buzz in and tell me at least where it's from.
Beef.
Yes, Jason.
It's from the Country of Musketeers, dude. It's the fighting
it is.
music.
Yes, it's the battle music. It is called All for One.
Okay,
All for One.
I was thinking it had
And
some
then
like French name.
The field music is called One for All, so that's a fun little theme, right?
Oh, okay.
So I guess Jason gets a point. I don't know.
Yeah, I let him have that one. So.
All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Fabio's so disappointed. He sandbagged that on purpose, and he's like, "Really, Jason? Really, dude?"
All right, next song. Here we go. Come on, you guys.
Why do I know everything? I
don't
know where
the
it's
names
from,
of
but
songs, dude. Like this was pretty egregious.
oh fuck! It's on the tip of my tongue. Fuck.
Beef.
Yes, Jason.
Is it Rowdy Rumble?
No.
I don't know.
Fabio,
dude.
you get to hear the rest and answer when you're ready.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, I think I actually know what it is though.
Oh fuck. Because it's the music that plays when you just get Sora and you start fighting people in Twilight Town.
I'm like
and
90% sure I
don't
know
know.
what it is now.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I think I cursed Fabio by giving him the word poop because he just doesn't want to say the word poop. Like he knows the answers.
I really want to say it and I haven't been able to yet. So.
All right, Jason, go
Imagine
ahead.
my
Tell him what
disappointment.
it is,
Dude, is
Jason.
it Working Together?
It is Working Together.
Let's go.
Great.
No
Great.
point for
I'm gonna
you,
get
though.
so much shit for not knowing that.
Yeah, that one.
Dude.
That's pretty egregious, Fabio. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna get so much shit for that.
That
Just a
was like the
podcast guy. It's not on
That
me,
was
dude.
the easy one. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
So next song. Here we go.
Dude, this is scary. What is this?
I know what it is, and I don't know the name of it.
I literally don't even know.
Guys.
Yeah, it's rough.
I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't even tell you where this is from. I don't.
Really? Okay,
Maybe
well,
as the
this
song
part
goes
might
on.
help. This part might help.
Shit. I do know the name of this.
We're gonna play the whole song at this point.
Oh, poop.
Fabio.
Sunset Horizon.
It's Sunset Horizons.
I was
All
like, why did
right.
you just say poop?
Dude, it threw me off too. I was like, wait, why do you say poop?
Why did you just say poop?
All right, point for Fabio. Nice.
Fabio, that's real quirky, dude. You're like, oh, instead of saying, oh shit, you're like, oh poop.
Oh, poop. We gave him the buzzword and then berate him for it. Oh my god. That song in particular, Sunset Horizon, is from the KH2 Secret movie, the original Secret movie.
Yeah. Yep.
And then they later repurpose it as the Keyblade Graveyard theme. Fabio's got a point, Jason's got a point, and then
Wait, I only
Jason's
have one?
got a
I thought I had
half.
two.
Well,
Or-
you got
okay,
working together
okay.
on your second guess,
Sure,
so I'll give
me
you a
half
half point for
because
it.
that's like
So
the same thing as 2 points, so I don't care.
All right, Jason has 1.25 points, and
Okay,
Fabio
yeah.
has 1 point.
Remix, yeah.
Next song.
I could see it in my head.
Beef.
Yes.
Is it like
Jason?
Puto Skirto or something? I don't know,
Yeah,
dude.
sure. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. I don't know how to fucking say it. It's Latin, but it's Pinto of Skirto.
You're reading it.
I don't know. That's what it is, though.
The,
It's the young Xehanort theme.
yeah.
So Jason's up
see-
2.5 to 1.
I could literally see
Yep.
the Melody of Memory track, dude. That's why it saved me.
Yep. All right. Next song.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, poop.
Fabio.
Oh God, I said it too early.
Oh no.
I don't.
I want to remind everybody right now that this was Fabio's
Power
idea.
Wild.
No, the Power Wild
damn
is
it.
not the name. That's a Time King song,
just a
dude.
shameless
Come
No,
on.
I know.
He just
This is
plugged his
scripted.
own
It's the
song.
name. It's the name of the monkey, but
All right, Jason.
This is so scripted.
yeah, it is.
Shit, dude. It's gonna have some fucking quirky ass play on words ass fucking name, dude. Dude, I don't know. I don't even have a good guess.
All right, no
Jungle
one's getting that one.
Jams,
It's
dude. I don't fucking know.
Holy Bananas.
See, I knew it was gonna be so
Oh.
fucking stupid ass name.
Holy, that sounded like Power Wild to me.
Yeah, I
don't know.
think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure. All right, so right now it is still 2.5 to 1.
Fabio
Jason's
gets
in
a
the lead.
0.1 point.
No, I'm not for the plug was his point. That's what he got for it. All right, next song.
No, poop.
Fabio.
Dark Road, take me home.
It is Dark Road, Take Me Home, a song that Fabio himself produced.
Ha.
It is the version that you came and made it sound better, so thank you for that. Fabio,
course.
only a 0.2 point behind Jason, leading into the next song.
Poop.
Fabio,
Destiny Islands.
from what game?
Calm.
There it is. There it is. I was gonna say that is the Calm Destiny Islands, favorite of mine.
Yeah, I could tell from the fucking sound fonts, the sound of the piano that's just specifically used in Calm and I think coded maybe like the mobile
Yeah,
the piano sound.
All right,
I mess with it. I
so
like it.
Fabio takes the lead here. How many more songs we got? We got 4 more songs. So here we go. Next song.
Oof.
Wait, did you say boof?
No, I said I said oof,
Oh, you
which
said
is not
oof. Okay,
my buzzword.
sorry. I thought you said boof, and that was your
the
new
other
word.
song name. Fuck.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know.
I gotta
this
be honest with you
one.
guys. I don't know the name of this song.
Ha!
I have it listed as Underworld, but that's not the name.
No, well, it could be.
I know what the battle theme is, not the.
Yeah, I know what the battle theme is called too, but I don't. All right, that one's a wash. All right, next
Yeah.
song. Here we go.
Mike gets a point.
This is Pete's Got Big
fucking
Feet.
poop.
Fabio.
Rowdy Rumble.
Rowdy Rumble. That's Rowdy Rumble.
Oh,
or
shit.
Pete's Got Big Feet. I would have accepted Pete's Got Big Feet.
Oh, what?
But you didn't buzz
Rowdy
in,
Rumble
dude. You gotta follow the
parentheses.
rules.
Pete's got big feet.
It's
All right. Fabio up 4 to 2.2 or something, I think. So next song.
Technically 3. Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Man, I love this track from fucking Starfield. It's my favorite Starfield track.
All right, full disclosure.
I love the
I have it listed as Gummy Garage, but now I'm second guessing that name.
Yeah.
And I don't want David Russell to come after me, so I don't know the name of that song either.
Minus 1 point for Mike.
Minus 1 point.
It was just
for me.
nice to listen to. Honestly.
Yeah. It was calming, and honestly, the only reason I have the track is because of the Starfield meme. So, final song.
And this
we're gonna make this song
is worth 10 points. So no,
I was just gonna say this song is worth 13 points. So whoever gets it wins.
Okay.
Takes the cheese.
What is it?
My MCR.
It is in fact Helena.
Oh man,
a MIDI version of Helena that I just happen to have on my computer for some
that's
reason.
so funny because it was MIDI. I thought like, is this from the grid maybe or?
I knew immediately. I was laughing too hard.
Yeah, there was a part of me that recognized, and I was like, wait a minute, what is this?
My original plan was to make the last song an Incubus song so Fabio would win because he's the guest. But then I realized I don't have MP3s anymore, and all the music I listen to is on Spotify. So there we go, guys. That was some. It was a Kingdom Hearts hurdle. I think we all won here.
I don't know. I don't think you won because you didn't even know the name of some of the songs, and it's your game.
Hey man, I whipped this together in 5 minutes.
Me and Fabio won, dude.
Okay, you and Fabio won. We're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we are gonna put Fabio on the Xehanort 20 questions. Shit, it's not 20. Shit. It's 13 questions hot seat.
Oh shit!
For the first time in a long time, we're bringing it back, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be right back. Gentlemen, I have to run and pee real quick. I'll be right back.
This is Richard Epcar. Welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. Come to the darkness.
Welcome back to the Ansem Report podcast. Fabio.
Ooh.
I
liked how you did that.
Are you ready to be put on the Master Xehanort new Organization 13 questions hot seat?
Oh no. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. What is your favorite Kingdom Hearts game?
Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Based.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought I was going to get booed for it.
Man, imagine liking the worst Kingdom Hearts game.
The only one you could say that I would boo would be like, if you were to say like, one of the phone games, dude. Then I would have been like,
Dark Road.
Spit in your face, Fabio. Get the fuck off the show. Delete the recordings.
Nah, it's all about KH2 FM. Shit's goated.
It is goated.
Favorite non-Kingdom Hearts game, Fabio?
Shit. I should have saw this coming.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's
I
want to say.
God damn it!
I know what it is. Majora's Mask.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, for sure.
The game is so weird to me because it's supposed to be like so creepy. But for whatever reason, it like really gives me like serotonin, dude. Like I don't understand.
Yes, it is. It has a major creep factor, but it's so like it's such a fun little world to live in, like in a video game.
Yeah, for some reason it just soothes me. It's like you know like it's called like brown noise or something. Where it's just
the
like,
one that makes you shit your pants.
No, not the brown noise.
That's the brown note.
Yeah, not the brown note.
Oh, right.
The brown noise. It's just like it's like a humming frequency that's like really soothing for most people.
Yeah.
That's how that game is to me. I don't understand.
Yep. I'm with you.
I'm more of an Ocarina of Time guy, but hey, I get it.
Yeah.
Favorite Kingdom Hearts character?
I feel like Sora is the easy answer. I'm gonna have to go with Zigbar. Like,
Okay.
is it like all forms of Zigbar, like all the way up and
Right,
down
right.
the tree, the family tree, so to speak.
Zigbar's own family
His
tree.
family
It's
tree
just
is
him.
just a
Yeah.
straight line. That's fucking crazy. Bro. Like,
It's
or at least at one
just
point,
him.
right? Like when it gets to him, it's just a straight fucking line.
Yeah, it's actually crazy.
Favorite Disney movie?
The Incredibles.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely,
But-
100%.
He said
But
for the
Fabio,
plot, he's thinking about
but-
Mrs. Incredible.
Oh yeah, mommy.
Fabio, that's a Pixar movie.
Well, I think they had already merged by then. That might not be true, but I think
have
it
no
might
idea.
be true.
I was just playing typical internet user.
Yeah, well, I just got you back, so get fucked.
Yeah. But no, I'm not. I'm a typical internet user, so I'm gonna no sell it and just continue to act like you didn't get me. What do you think of The Incredibles 2?
So I really liked it. It's definitely not as good as the original, like just not by a long shot, just not even close. But I still personally really liked it. I feel the same way about the music too. It's like it was really good. I liked it, but it's nowhere near as good as the first. Like not even close. And in fact, The Incredibles, like the soundtrack for The Incredibles is my favorite movie soundtrack.
Wow.
As well.
fucking
So
love
a bonus answer.
Yo, the fucking I used to know what that track was called. It's like Kronos, like unraveled or something like that. Yeah, that track is fucking tight.
It's good. It's really fucking good.
Also, the end credits are pretty good. The credit suite for that movie is really good. I want to do the same thing I did to Radiant Garden, but to the whole credit suite for The Incredibles. I think
Dang.
that'd be wild. I think
You
that's
won't.
like just.
I dare you.
Oh, don't you dare! I think it's just a dumb enough idea to like, and if I go really hard and do it really seriously, like really try hard, it'll be really good.
I
It'll
feel,
be
feel like
fun.
something
agree.
like that could like really pop off too, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get famous doing a cover of The Incredibles.
guy.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, they don't know I'm a Kingdom Hearts
I don't
guy."
even. All I want is Michael Giacchino's to notice me.
Yo,
Giacchino-san.
Giacchino
Yeah.
Bros.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
day.
why I wrote Dark Roads on the Way, because I wanted Giacchino to notice me. He didn't.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Man,
Just
he's been
Egg
killing
notices me.
But
Yeah.
he did
Just
it for
Egg.
charity though, also. So.
That's true. That's true. I haven't touched my guitar since the charity stream. I was playing my fucking guitar every day just to make sure that song sounded. It's an easy ass song to play, but just to make sure it sounded decent. My guitar is sitting in the same spot where I put it down the last time since the charity stream.
You should pick it back up.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, you should touch it with your hands. You should play with it.
Instead,
Stop
I'm
looking at
going to
it.
ask you who your favorite Disney villain is.
Hades.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But,
All right.
Which is it sucks because James Woods is a piece of shit. And
Yeah, he is.
But I like the character Hades is really funny, and I think Hades and Kingdom Hearts in particular is like a really good, like a Disney villain done really well.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So always
Agreed.
a fun time.
Favorite Keyblade?
Oathkeeper.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not
That's
an edgy Oblivion boy, an Oathkeeper guy.
I was back in the day, like before the age of 10, I definitely would have said Oblivion. But since
Roasting
I've been
all Oblivion enjoyers.
Yeah, what am I, 10 years old, he says?
Yeah, Jesus, come on, grow up. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. Favorite Kingdom Hearts song?
Okay, so like for a long time it was The Deep End, for sure. It's a song. It's the song that plays when you fight the Titans in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay, yeah.
It's also in Kingdom Hearts 3 when you fight the Rock Titan.
Right,
Yep.
right.
And that track's fucking so tight. I love that track. But
Yeah, I do like
then Remind came out and Shimomura dropped Nachtflugel and That was it. That was the end.
No.
That was the end of it all.
Oh no. Are you baiting me?
What? No. What, you don't like Nachtflügel?
I just think it's overrated.
Ay, Jesus Christ.
I think it's fine, but everybody like acts like because it's tied to Yozora that it's like the second coming of like tits or something,
okay.
and it's just fine.
Right. It's
Yeah.
really not.
All right. So
It's not sex
I could
too.
see that. I could see that. That
I
is
mean, you
not
don't have
why
to-
I like it, but
You don't have to change your opinion for me.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't. I won't.
If you like it, you like it. But I've said multiple times, like, and okay, when I say it on stream, I mostly do it to trigger people because I know a lot of people really like
You
it.
have to blow up whatever you say on stream to be to
Right.
the
I think it's a good
degree.
song. I just it will be on our playlist and it'll come on and people will be like, you know, typing furiously about how great it is, and then I'll like skip it because I want to
Yeah.
be a dick because that's the kind of person I am. But
yeah.
you know, I respect
Right.
it. At least you didn't say the Master of Masters theme, dude, because then I would have been like,
No, it's a fun tune, but it's kind of I don't know. It's all right.
I agree. I think it's a fun tune. But someone's favorite song, that's crazy.
No, I think Nachtflügel, like just from like a really snobby like compositional aspect, is like a really really fucking good song. So just from that's where I'm coming from for sure. That's like
That's
a very
fair.
personal experience, right? That's my
Right.
relationship with music is not like many others because I'm a fucking freak who can't think about music normally, you know. But but because in this case it helps. It helps because I can enjoy the song on a high level as I think it's intended to be because there's so much there. It's so rich and dense with a lot of good stuff.
I will say there's a lot to it, right? And
Yeah.
you know, I just, you know, when I listen to it, I don't go yo a bop. I go, oh, this song.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So, you know, see, this is how you're supposed to do it, Kingdom Hearts fans. All you Kingdom Hearts Twitter fans, dude, that
Just
are
Twitter
out there.
people in general. I
Twitter
think
people in general.
Twitter's
This is
a
how you're supposed
cesspool.
to have a conversation
Twitter
about
is a
something when you
terrible,
have
terrible
differing
thing.
when you have differing opinions. This is how you're supposed to have the conversation, okay? Everybody needs to grow up.
Yeah.
Ratio.
Seriously.
Yeah, ratioed. What world or property would you like to see in the next Kingdom Hearts game, Fabio?
Man, there was a long time I wanted Coco, but then I actually thought about it, and I really don't want Coco because they're gonna butcher it. They're gonna do the same thing to Coco that they did to Atlantica, and I'm gonna be really fucking mad. So I don't want them to touch Coco. That's just my personal take. No, what world do I want? It's I want Atlantis. It's, you know, that's not an unpopular one. I know it's kind of, but I personally, I would really dig it. I would have a lot of fun. I think if they just follow the movie, like you could still like it's done. The whole story for that
writes
world is
itself.
already done. Yeah.
Yeah, and you
So.
can also one and done it, and it's not like you're like you
Yep,
could get it all done
exactly.
in one game. Yeah.
I think Atlantis would be such a cool like set piece for just any part of the world, you know, gameplay, just being able to go around the city like that. I think that'd be cool. I think also you could make, what's her name, Kira. I think she could be a Princess of Heart. It's right there, you know, but that's
Right.
just me.
I think it would be hard to do that because it's the reason I think none of those like Treasure Planet, Atlantis type deals will get into it is because just thinking about how the graphic fidelity has just increased, and like when they were doing like Cage 2, for example, there's not a ton of graphic fidelity, right? Like you just slap down like a texture on the floor and that's the floor for the entire fucking level. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah.
it was very simple, and I think if it was going to happen, it was going to be during that era or whatever, because now it's like, for example, with Pirates or whatever, like they just pull the fucking cut, like the scenes from the movie, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So pulling that all the way up to where it looks like Cage 4 is going too, like I have no fucking, that's like crazy. Like you're just remaking it from scratch. Like you're gonna, and a lot of that stuff is like very 2D feeling too. So it's like you're putting that into like the 3D like 4K ass world. Like that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's not. Atlantis and Treasure Planet are not happening. It's not fucking happening. It's not going to end up in a Kingdom Hearts game. It's fun to think about, but it's not happening.
It would be cool.
Yeah,
it would be cool to see.
They're gonna stick to newer stuff that has the Pixar Disney look. That's easier to render in 3D
And also,
and not
like,
as stylistic.
I think one way that they could do it, and that would make sense, is like from like a marketing aspect, right? Like you have imagine like a commercial that's just like not like a trailer for like diehard fans, but like for just like normal people on like TV or some shit or on YouTube or something, right? And like you have like some new property like Coco or something, and then it also has like a Treasure Planet or an Atlantis or something. So then it's like their parents are like, yo, what? You know, like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, let me get this game. And secretly it's for me because I think that's cool.
Part of the problem with that though, Jay, is it's not like these movies set the world on fire when they came out,
That's true.
right? It was part of like one of Disney's worst periods of animation as far as like commercially. And so I think there's a reason really Stitch is the only one to come out of that era being involved, right?
Yeah.
It's because
Stitch
it's
is
the
goated.
one that did the best, and
Yeah.
you're not going to hear about a Home on the Range world, like it just, so it,
Yeah, that got taken out back.
yeah, you're more likely to get an Old Yeller world, okay? Best Xehanort. Who was the best?
Answer, I said. Ansem, Seeker of Darkness.
Hell yeah.
Answer.
Hell
Daily
yeah.
double. That's what I thought you were going to say. I don't know why.
Jason, we're done with the game show part, okay? We already did that.
I'm in that state of mind, dude.
Yeah.
It'd be
Jason's
crazy
still
if somebody
waiting
did like a
he's
Kingdom
still
Hearts
waiting to
like
yell
Family
beef.
Feud. That would be crazy.
That would be nuts, dude. And what would be even crazier is if one of the teams decided to pass on every fucking category that was presented to them. That would be crazier.
That'd be pretty cringe.
But then like they didn't
Yeah.
pass on one of them, so then they feel like they didn't pass on all of them, when in
Right.
reality it was like the exception, not the rule.
Very cringe. Anyway. What is the best melody memory song, Fabio?
Well, of course, it's the Let It Go Japanese version. Duh.
Ari no, Mama no.
Hell yeah.
You didn't expect me to know it, but I knew it.
Are we
No,
Mama
Dude,
no.
that was goated on the stream, dude.
and my real answer is Fightin' Away,
Ooh.
which is from 358.
Yeah, that's the ruler of the sky song, right?
I
Like
that
that's
I don't
the boss
know.
of the boss of Neverland.
Yeah,
world?
yeah, yes, yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
That one's fun to play because it has just some really nice syncopation. That's not particularly difficult. It's just kind of fun, you know. So
Yeah, that song's really good. This next question's a bit of a sappy one. What does being a member of the online Kingdom Hearts community mean to you, Fabio?
well, yeah, this could get sappy. No, I remember like what Sean said, where he's like, I'm not really like, I'm a member of the community insofar as like I'm like not a content creator necessarily. Like I am, like I do music and stuff, but I'm not known for being a content creator.
I didn't.
Not.
To be fair, I didn't ask content creator. I just
So
asked
right,
member.
no, I guess my point is like, yeah, I'm just making the point that being a member of the community for me is less about like the stuff, the art, the things that, the music or whatever, but it's way more about the relationships that I've made with people, which sounds like really cliche, but for me it's like absolutely true because, a few years ago, like I said, I didn't really have any friends that were like into Kingdom Hearts. And so then
We're friends.
actually
yeah.
listening to
It's
your
okay.
guys' show was what kind of got me into like being more involved into online communities. And I joined the Discord, I popped in on your stream, and then that led me to apply for March Caprice, which then led me to meeting tons of people, and which then of course encouraged me to be more involved with the Discord or whatever. And so now I have people in the Discord, for example, that I would like straight up consider friends, who I didn't even know
actual friends,
2 years ago. So for me, like Kingdom Hearts, like it's kind of given me a second chance at a social life a little bit. So what it means to be a member of the community, it means it means a lot to me. It means that I have like a place where I can, talk to people who have a similar interest and embody this like really positive, vibe that I think, you guys have been trying to cultivate and leading by example by trying to be a positive force. I think the members of the community reflect that too. And so it's just nice being able to be around people who like Kingdom Hearts and are good people and are supportive. Like when I did the song for March Caprice, both times, like, so even the first time, like none of y'all really hardly knew me very much, but you guys were like really supportive. And then, everyone in the community was really nice and supportive. And then March Caprice 2.0 was like a fucking blast. That was so much fun. And my heart was very full with all of the support and stuff that I was getting. And my heart was full hearing all the other people come together and do similarly amazing things.
Yeah, it was so
because
cool.
of Kingdom Hearts and because of the nature of the community itself. Like almost, I feel like the community that March Caprice cultivated was talked about just as much as the stuff in March Caprice itself. People were talking about how fun it was to talk to and meet other people and learn about other people who are doing art, and or videos or whatever. So, it means a lot, and my relationship with the Kingdom Hearts community can be traced back to basically what you guys and your show and everything. So, that's kind of it for me. It's part of my way of saying, like, I appreciate you guys using the theme as well, and thank you for your guys' support and people in the Discord who have supported me too. It's like feels really nice and really appreciate it. Makes me feel like a part of the community in a really special way,
Well, I gotta tell you, man, we appreciate you, and I say this, every time we talk about it, but I appreciate you letting us use the theme because it's baller as fuck, and it's like exactly what when we first started, it was like, okay, I'm just gonna throw the Howl Bastion theme on there because I think it works and it's cool. It would be really cool if I could get someone to like do a version of that that's like more
version,
like rockin' and get some guitar in there, and then you doing Radiant Garden, it's exactly what I thought of plus more, right? And so you being like, hey, we've talked about it, and you were like, yeah, you can use it, and that's just super cool. But also, man, I don't, we've supported you, but I don't think you understand like how important someone like you is to our community. Someone who's a nice person, who's not, a weirdo, and like, I think your story is just woven within ours in a very similar way, where it's like, the Jason Jam emote, right?
That's from the first March Caprice, yeah.
It's just an emote.
Oh shit, you're right.
It's just an emote of Jason jamming, and he's jamming to your cover of Sanctuary.
Yeah. Wow.
Like,
oh my
that's what
god,
that's
you're
from.
so right.
Yep.
So like, there's just I'm just really we've met a lot of really cool people that are very nice and very awesome, and then we've made like, on top of that, we've made people who are like good friends, and you're just one of those people to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, we we love having you around, man, and I didn't mean to get all sappy and stuff.
No, but, I really appreciate you saying all that. It's cool. It's love is in the air. Feel it. It's good.
Yeah. Well, next question. What are your goals for the next year? I mean, it doesn't have to be Kingdom Hearts related, obviously, or even content creation related, but what do you got going on for next year that you want to, the next 12 months, what do you want to get done?
Yeah, it is mostly content creation, adjacent. It's, either stuff with the studio where you're just kind of plugging away, working for whatever clients we get and kind of doing fun projects to sort of exercise our creative muscles and stuff. But as far as like, I think what most people are going to relate to who are listening to this, because they've heard my Kingdom Hearts covers, like I am working on more covers, and that's
Hell yeah.
something that I hope to do over the next like 6 to 12 months. Maybe March Caprice 3, maybe. Who knows? I don't know if I'll be able to finish what I'm planning by then, but yeah, I want to do a lot of Kingdom Hearts covers actually, but there's other covers I want to do too. I want to do a Mike, you'd like this. I want to do a Castlevania cover.
Yes. Wait, what song?
Divine Bloodlines.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that song's fucking badass.
I mean, most Castlevania songs rip, but yeah, that song's badass.
Yeah, the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate version of that track is such a banger.
Yeah, those are underrated, underappreciated.
We're actually,
Yeah.
it's odd that, or funny enough that you said that. We're actually, with the question of the week, I think a couple people answered Smash Brothers soundtracks, which is such a cheat. You're fucking cheaters.
That's fucking cheating.
It's fucking cheating. All right.
Shit.
Cheaters. But yeah, man, I'm excited to hear more from you, dude, because I mean, what you've done so far just rips, dude. And
Thanks. Appreciate it.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've got some ambitious ideas for Kingdom Hearts covers. I'm hoping that it goes well.
Hell yeah. And you can't forget that we have a secret project that we haven't talked about in months.
Dude, I was thinking about that
It's
yesterday.
true. It's true. Hey, ball's in your court.
Yeah,
if you recall.
I know. We've been busy. That's all I'm gonna say about it, everybody. Sorry. Get fucked.
It's true. It's true. It's been pretty busy.
Yeah.
Only
So-
one other person who's not here knows what I'm talking about.
That's true.
Yep.
Okay.
Tyler.
Okay, I had a memory unlock while Fabio was doing the questions, right? And it was something I was gonna ask you, Mike, but off air. But I'm just gonna ask you right now. I was thinking about for when people say like, okay, who's the best Xehanort, right? There's a secret 14th question that gets unlocked when you choose Ansem, and the 14th question is Billy Zane or Richard Epcar.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't done the 13th question yet, but
Oof.
Yeah, but I think the
can do
idea
that.
would be that you would unlock the question like right
you unlock
after
it immediately.
the Ansem
Yeah.
one,
Okay, yeah. So, who's the better Ansem Secret Darkness, Billy Zane or Richard Epcar?
Richard Epcar.
Dude, that's the right answer. Okay, so when you get that question right, you unlock the 15th question. No, I'm just kidding.
You get
I don't
it
have it.
right.
No, because I grew up watching Ghost in the Shell, the anime, the TV show, and he plays a prominent role in that show, and his character is fucking badass. So I've always liked his voice, like from an early age, and so then when obviously it's really obvious when you hear the recast for Ansem, you know, but when I heard it, I was like, oh, that's just fucking Batu. Yeah, I'm down. Let's go. Like, I'm good. I'm in.
He's also like, I follow him on Twitter, and he also seems like the coolest dude.
Yeah, he seems
Hell
very
yes.
nice.
Fuck yeah.
Like he's pretty old, right?
I love when that happens.
So you might expect some like boomer behavior, but no, dude, he's like, you know, not to get like crazy political or anything, but the Roe vs. Wade getting overturned, he was fucking pissed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He seems like a good
He
dude.
has a soul.
He's not a freak.
Boomer behavior. That would be the name of my album if I ever came out with the album, bro. Just boomer behavior.
Boomer behavior.
That's got a ring to it.
The subject is exhibiting some boomer behavior.
That sounds like like an album title that like Green Day would have back in the 90s.
Yeah, dude, it does. If they released it now, though, it'd be like a fucking 3-act musical or some shit.
Yeah.
No.
That's actually the original name for American Idiot, boomer behavior. All right, Fabio, the last question, and it's not really a question. It's plug your stuff, man. Where can people find you? Where can they follow you? Where can they hear more about your future projects or projects you've already done?
Sure. You can find me on Twitter at Fabio the Iguana. I'm also on Instagram and shit, but I don't really do much on there. But you can find stuff about the studio that I do with Jesse Wright called Meadow Vista Media. You can find us. We have a website MetaVistaMedia.com. We're also on Twitter and Instagram and everything. We're not very active, but that's going to change just because just the nature of what we're going to be working on soon is going to be more content creation. Like Jesse's going to start streaming and doing like technical analysis of gear and different types of stuff, and
That's
I'll
awesome.
do more analysis of like musical compositional stuff and like trying to balance some streaming and making some videos on YouTube, just some stuff to kind of just like exercise some analytical mind, ways of doing content. And then as far as music, like you can find Time King on all streaming services. You can find me on streaming services because Sanctuary is on Spotify and the like, but Radiant Garden is not yet because I'm saving it for a later date. Its own release.
So the only place you can hear it is here on the Ansem Report
it's
podcast.
True. It's an exclusive contract that I have with the Ansem Report podcast. I'm not allowed to do anything with the song for about 9 months.
We're not letting him.
Yeah. Exclusivity contract,
It's
9 months from now, I pull up the new episode of Kingdom Smarts and I hear Radiant Garden. No! That bastard!
Shit. Yeah, no. So it eventually. And honestly, actually, if anyone's listening to this and they're like, yo, I really want this song, you can reach out to me personally and I will gladly give you a copy of this song.
So you can jam it in your own time.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's
awesome, dude.
That's about it.
All right, do you want to stick around for the question of the week?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Cool. Yeah, it's a music one, so it makes some sense, right?
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it works out.
Right.
Yeah. We didn't plan that actually. We picked the question of the week.
I thought you did because I was like, we're gonna record soon. I should look at the question of the week. And then I saw the video game. I was like, oh, those cheeky bastards. They did that on purpose.
I 50-50 coin flipped it, dude.
I didn't know you were going to be ready to record this week, honestly. Full disclosure, you guys were recording this episode pretty early for when we normally do, just so we could
them do it early.
Get Fabio on. So I didn't no, it just worked out that way. Waterblock just happened to suggest that one, and
it was a good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
So do you want to do the thing, Fabio, where you say it's time for the
question of the week?
Yeah, that was beautiful, dude.
Oh yeah.
That was so beautiful. I'm not even going to use the Afro Roxas one. That was incredible.
That was great.
Sorry, Afro Roxas. You get to take a week off, buddy.
Yo, shout outs to Afro Roxas
True.
because like that song that he did that got on like the F5 soundtrack or something.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking such a banger. I
It
love
is.
that song so much, and that dude is so good at what he does.
True.
Please check him out.
Truly.
He really is. We're very blessed to have met a lot of really talented, cool people who happen to like us for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're like talentless hacks, and people are just like, oh, you guys are cool. And we're like, yeah, whatever. This question of the week is from another friend of ours who's very cool, is Kingdom Hearts Waterblock. That's his full God-given name, but he goes by KH Waterblock. And he wants to know, what is your favorite video game soundtrack of all time? And then I later asked, hey, if you have a specific song that you like from that soundtrack that you want to shout out, that would be cool, but not a requirement. So, Kyrie's bro says, Persona 5, Let's Go Baby. Persona 5 is pretty good.
That's a pretty good answer, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty based.
I mean, it did invent jazz music after all.
Right.
Dude, I
Right.
on a regular basis listen to Layer Cake. That shit is so good.
Oh, Layer Cake's so good. That's probably my favorite song from the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Just the
Larry King?
No, Larry King, Layer Cake.
Layered.
It's the
Layered cake.
no, just layer, no layered.
I'm pretty sure
It's
it's
the song that
layered.
plays in the gun shop.
Yeah.
You know
Okay,
what I'm
it
talking
starts
actually
off
never-
with like
no, I
this.
don't. I've never
It
played
starts
Persona,
off with
so-
like an ominous like dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and then it turns into like into jazz pretty much.
Yeah.
like funky ass
'cause
jazz.
Persona-
Baby.
It's really good. I might play them on the songs on the episodes. We'll see. Tyler says Persona 4 and 5, Baby Let's Go. Runner-up goes to Shovel Knight.
Ooh.
from Persona 4, Time to Make History, and obviously I have to go with Whims of Fate from the Persona 5 Casino. Jason knows the one.
True. I don't know the lyrics at all, but I fucking love that song. I had a friend who was watching the stream, and they were saying, "Dude, Jay, I was watching the stream, and that Persona song that you guys were like humming or whatever, like I don't even know. I've never even played Persona. That shit was like stuck in my head
Because it's a catchy ass song.
But just us going da do dee da da do dee da.
Right. Well, what's crazy is we weren't even singing the chorus either. We were just singing like the beginning of the song over and over.
Yeah, the first verse, dude. It's a banger.
Billy the Kid Lawrence says, is that even a question? I think us Kingdom Hearts and Yoko Shimomura fans are all in agreement that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas has the best game soundtrack of all time. How else am I supposed to enjoy using a cheat code to fly my pimped out car in the rain over Mount Chiliad while listening to Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man by the legends Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn? Nothing beats that calming nostalgia. Also, that game has some surefire mommies in it. You still gotta pay them, but still.
Yeah, I don't know about I don't know about that. That's not San Andreas isn't even the best Grand Theft Auto soundtrack, in my opinion.
And my thing is like too, if you're a lot of people picked like, yo, Madden 26 or whatever. And it's like, guys, that's cool. They have a nice that's a playlist.
That's just that's what I call music album.
Right, basically. That's a playlist. That's not a soundtrack, dude. Like I'm sorry. Like no one composed that. Someone just said, "Hey, what are the hot new songs we can throw on this soundtrack to play when you're fucking trading Russell Wilson or whatever?" And that's what it is. Like, so you're cheaters, is what I'm saying. Especially you, Billy. Pokemon Trainer Jay says, the original Final Fantasy VII. It's just nice music to have running in the background whilst working. Nostalgic stuff for me. 7 soundtrack is pretty good. Umetsu is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's just 7 for me. I think like it marks the beginning of a sort of like mini renaissance for Uematsu, where like I just feel like from like the music for the other Final Fantasies are also very good, but his music from 7 through 10 is like just fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it is. Like he suddenly had more tools to work with, and
that's
flourished.
probably it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it wasn't just like this, like, you know, he worked on NES games and Super Nintendo games, and it's the same, like, you know, sound fonts and shit, and then he gets to actually play with, because like you can feel it in 7 when you listen to 7, like the amount of like weird instrumentation he uses, like
I want to make some weird shit.
Yeah, basically he's like Star-Lord figuring out he had powers, you know what I mean? Like it like that with that weird it's not a xylophone, but whatever the do, like whenever you're talking to Aerith before it like really kicks into her theme.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's just like a lot
Instant
of stuff
nostalgia.
like that. And then 8 he does like similar shit, and 9 is more classic, and then 10 is the first time he had help, and that I think that really helps 10's soundtrack. 10's probably my favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack because the other 2 composers that helped him on it really knocked it out of the park too, and so it's like, yeah, it's so good.
Yep. Yeah, I think 10 might be my favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack as well.
Wildcat Diana says, I will be that person. Kingdom Hearts 3, Lord of the Castle, Vector to the Heavens, Nachtflugel, Sora, Ven, and Riku's themes, to name a few, are my favorite tracks of all time in any OST. I still to this day listen to them from time to time. Thank you, Yoko.
Dude,
thank you.
Riku's
Yoko.
theme underrated.
Well, and Diana has a very supreme point here, where Kingdom Hearts 3, because it's kind of the culmination of all these games, has like every good song that's ever been in a Kingdom Hearts game on it, right? Yeah. And so it's pretty goated, and it's the only one that's on Spotify, which it's like, do you need the other ones on Spotify? Because this
You have
this
like
one has it
everyone's
all.
theme, yeah.
Right. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3. My only complaint with the Kingdom Hearts 3 soundtrack is because of that. I don't think there's a lot of new original stuff that's good.
Except for the Disney worlds.
Right, but the stuff that is new and original is like Ishimoto, so it's kind of like
Right. Yeah.
it's like I don't know. So we'll see
It's
what
like
Kingdom Hearts 4 does.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was a huge, massive soundtrack. Like, I think there's about as many tracks in that as there was for the whole rest of the series. Like,
For sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Think about like in the old games, like they reused songs so often in those games, and in ways that I kind of like it, right? Like whenever the organization's on screen that's playing like the 13 Struggle or whatever, or the other side or whatever, right? Like I like that, but in Cage 3, they don't really reuse shit like ever. Like in cutscenes, not really. Like you're really getting like a different theme, a different song, like pretty much every fucking time.
Yeah, the thematic continuity, I mean, David Russell, preaches this all, with his videos, but it gets weaker and weaker with each game, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is no exception. There's a lot of good stuff in there, but it kind of, it's pretty messy. It's a messy soundtrack.
Yeah, but everything.
You're right. Take
Phil
the good, you take the
Games-
bad.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. You get no. You're fine. You get good and you get bad with it. This is a constant problem with the question of the week where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna move on, and then Jason go, oh yeah, this thing. Oh yeah, this. So it's okay. It's not.
Also,
it's not
Sora
just
Riku Kairi theme. Sora gets bodied, dude. Like Riku's and Kairi's are S tier. Sora's is like fucking B tier, dude.
See, this is the kind of thing where I start to say the next person's username, and he says he just comes out of nowhere and says that. Phil Games says, mine's got to be Undertale. Nothing specific to say about it. I just like it a lot.
Nice.
My favorite song from it is the most boring answer, Megalovania.
Yeah.
Also, shout outs to Deltarune
fair.
Chapter 2 for having a bunch of bangers as well.
Yeah.
I really like the Undertale soundtrack.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say, no offense to Phil, but I don't know how you say Megalovania is the best song on there.
I don't know. I think it's fair. There's so many bangers, but I think it's fair. It's like a very like culmination of a lot of shit,
Yeah.
Megalovania is like the song that the band plays on their encore every time, but you as a big fan are like, yo, can they play something else to end the show, Coheed and Cambria? Can you play something besides Welcome Home?
No, dude, fuck you guys. I love Welcome Home every goddamn time they play it live, and I've seen them a bunch of times.
Dude, at least I don't have to see Final Cut every time. I like the song.
Dude,
I like it.
I
but
love Final Cut so much.
I don't need to see them like do a guitar jam for 10 minutes. I don't need to see that.
I mean, you need to
They're
see
good.
it one time.
I did. I saw
your
it one
life.
time. And it was great, and I don't need to see it again, though.
Yeah. After that, it's. I think it's a little okay. This is like a really weird tangent, but
really niche.
I just want to say that it's pretty weird that when Chris Penny was in the band, they gave him like 10 fucking minutes to just do the stupid shit, and they don't give Josh a second, dude. And Josh probably doesn't want it, but I want to see it.
Yeah, I do want to see it.
He would rip too. He's gotten so good. Like his drums on the new album. Oh nope, sorry. Let me just.
Yeah, we gotta
Let
talk
me
about
not
that
get
later,
carried
dude.
away here.
We gotta talk about that
I
later
baited
anyway.
him. I baited him.
You did. You did it. You got me again.
Yeah, Mike text me to bring
And
this up.
they only give Zach Cooper like 2 measures. Go ahead,
It's
talk about the
true.
bass now. No, I'm just kidding.
True. Well, no.
I love Zach.
Moving on. Mr. Trumpeter 711 says, honestly, it's got to go to Persona 5 Royal for me. Everything about it is just chef's kiss. There isn't
It's
a
really
single
good.
track that I didn't like, but if I had to pick a favorite, well, I couldn't. It would be a tie between Last Surprise and Rivers in the Desert, because both songs are too damn good.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good songs in them. Unironically.
Unironically. Mailman CEB says, Shenmue. My favorite game series with absolutely memorable music. Each game has hundreds of individual songs. Every area, store, building has its own song playing. E3 2015, when Shenmue 3 was announced, the Shenmue community went nuts when the first note started playing of the main theme. Very memorable soundtrack. Kingdom Hearts also has a great soundtrack. So I've never played Shenmue, so it's tough for me to have anything to say about this. But when I hear people talk about Shenmue, they often talk about the soundtrack. I will say that. Anybody got any Shenmue thoughts?
I have never.
I've never heard of the game.
I've never heard of the game either. I literally just typed in.
What?
I typed in Shen, and then my FBI agent said, "Ayo, Shenmue soundtrack."
Yeah, he knew. No, you guys have never heard of Shenmue?
No, never.
No.
I mean, I've never played it, but
I never seen
I've been
this
hearing
in my
about this
life.
game for years. Interesting. Well,
Yeah,
sorry
no.
guys, I have two uncultured people on the podcast with me.
Who wrote the music for 3? No. It's not important. We can move on.
StuCat says, for me, it's a tie between Cuphead and Persona 5. Honorable mention to Hollow Knight and the entire Kingdom Hearts series. I like Cuphead's music. I think it fits the game. I don't know that I'm jamming the songs outside of Cuphead, though.
Dude, those songs give me stress because that game gives me stress.
Yeah. But I'm not like sitting there
Triggers.
going, yo,
But that's just me.
let me put on Cuphead track 6, you know? Like I'm not.
Yeah.
When you're fighting the
I
sunflower.
think I would. I think I'd be one of the freaks that would. I like jazz though, so like I actively like jazz, so I would be into that. But
The only jazz I like is from Persona 5, dude.
You like jazz?
Just kidding.
No, I do
I'm-
actually listen to jazz though. So I don't know. It's just that game. I don't know. It just triggers me, dude.
Yeah. I think it's good soundtrack for the game. I'm just,
yes, yeah,
I'm
it
not
is very
bopping it
good and it
outside.
works really well for the game.
yeah. But that's my opinion. I'm not a music man, you know.
Like it stresses me out so heavily. Even when it goes knockout, like I don't feel any relief. I'm still just like, oh my.
White knuckled, squeezing the controller. Up next is KH Waterblock, who asked the question. He says, I'm flattered. My favorite video game song is called Versus Lancasterians. That sounds right. From Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses. And then he adds, albums are hard. I have so many that's impossible to like the entire thing. KH Waterblock, you asked the question, dude.
Yeah, what the fuck does that even mean, dude?
Hey, man, Waterblock is a collector, so when he says that he has so many, he literally has many.
I know, but he asked, he expect everybody else to answer what's your favorite of all time, and he's like, yeah, I can't answer this.
What the fuck, dude?
What a G. What a fucking G.
Are you kidding
What
me?
a power move. What a power move. He said, everybody else answer, but I cannot. And as for the Yu-Gi-Oh song, I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. The Mop 13 says, one of my favorites is the soundtrack for Nier Automata. It really nails the mood and themes of the game and is pretty immersive. Besides the KH3 soundtrack, it's the only video game soundtrack I regularly listen to.
Yeah, I remember liking the soundtrack a lot.
Yeah, it has some really good jams on it. There's the, in the Robot Village.
Yes,
We
dude.
used to sing the Robot Village song all the time. I can't tell you
we
how
need
it
to-
goes
we
right
need to
now.
put it on the list, dude. On
You're
the
right.
playlist.
You're right. I just remember it being like something like that, dude. I have no idea, but I just remember like getting it stuck in my head all the time. Oh, okay. Now on to a game I know a lot about. Corinne says, your favorite neighborhood Final Fantasy X whore coming at you to say it has to be Final Fantasy X. From battle music to town themes, it's fantastic all around. Yeah, this is, like we said earlier, this is probably my favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack. And what I found, because, you know, I've loved Umetsu's works from the beginning, since I can remember. But what I found is the tracks I really like aren't by Umetsu. Like the songs that I like the most in Final Fantasy X
Like
soundtrack.
secretly.
They're by Masashi Hamauzu, huh?
Yes,
Yep.
because he uses like these really like they're almost like soundscapes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
definitely. Yep.
Yeah, it's just like really chill. Like Besaid Island is one. Hold on, I'm scrolling through the soundtrack right now so I can be like, this one too.
Yeah, he's really good at like not only making sound textures, but using harmony in really, really, really unique ways, really complex ways to kind of create feelings or textures that are like really extraordinary. Like I feel like, so for me, like when I hear his harmonies, it almost feels like its own like layer, its own like part of the song that's separate from everything else. You know, it's like it gives it a like a vibe of its own.
It's like he lays down these different like textures and like pads, and then there's that harmony. Like Servants of the Mountain's another good example, where it just has that violin right on top of everything, and then everything kind of drops for this like piano line. For like, it's not a chorus obviously, but you know what I mean. Like it's that part of the song. It's like but yeah. But then Umetsu's shit is just super good too. Like Fight with Seymour's incredible. All the themes for the different characters are killer. Just everything about the soundtrack is so good.
It fits the world really well. Like the music just it helps sell like you feeling like the world is like a really like creatively, like it has a lot of depth to it. When you listen to the music, it just fits so well with the aesthetic of the game and the story. Just banger. Just 10 out of 10.
And then also like when he goes back to like motifs and stuff with like Spirit Unplugged and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just and then you just hear that motif at the end of like a loop, and you're just like, this motherfucker snuck that in there. You know what I mean? But it like fits. It doesn't feel out of place. It just everything about it is so good. Yeah. Sorry, I will stop talking about Final Fantasy X soundtrack now.
Well, I'll let you stop if you allow me to just kind of gush a little bit more about Masashi Hamauzu, because his soundtrack for Final Fantasy 13 is probably my second favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack, because the music in that game is incredible, and it's basically everything that we're talking about that he does in 10 really well. He just like does it that much better, that much. But like for a whole soundtrack, right? I don't know if there's anyone else on that soundtrack, but he's definitely the main guy, and the music is so good.
I have never made that connection, but I don't really like 13 as a game, but I really like the music. And I've never made that connection that he was like the main guy, so that's
you can totally hear it, right? Like when you think about it, you could totally hear it.
Yeah, definitely.
You can connect the dots from this 10 soundtrack to the 13 soundtrack.
Yep.
And it's cool.
Absolutely.
Because how it sounds, like especially 13 to me, like how it sounds. I want to know who does the FF14 soundtrack. If it's,
well, I think that's a lot of people, isn't it?
It's a couple of people.
I'm thinking like more like the expansions.
And I think I don't know enough to actually speak about this. I probably shouldn't. I know that there are multiple composers though.
I guess
Sakato
it's namely Umetsu
who
who did the original for like the base game.
Panda says, yeah, I'm going to be basic and say that the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack is my favorite. However, I will add that I've used the Unpacking soundtrack to study lately, Smilers. Do you guys know what Unpacking is?
Did we play it?
No, you're thinking whatever that Overcooked light was. No, the Unpacking is a game where you literally just put your stuff in a room, and then it like tells you, oh, this isn't the wrong spot, and then you move it. It's a very calm, very chill game. Yeah, but it has like a story with it too, which is interesting. But check out Unpacking. I think it's on Game Pass. Check it out. Zombie says, my favorite soundtrack, it's from the Legend of Heroes series, but my favorite song from the series, it is Azure Arbitrator. It's the final boss theme from Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure. I don't know anything about that, Zombie, but it sounds baller, dude.
I trust Zombie, dude.
I trust Zombie with my life. One day I expect to be like on death's door for some reason, like someone's gonna kill me or something, and then I'm just gonna be saved, and I'm gonna look up and it's gonna be Zombie, and he's gonna nod to me and walk off into the sunset. I could just feel it. Gavin Dotson says, oh man, this is hard. Honestly, it racks my brain trying to think of my favorite music. It's going to be a toss-up between the Chrono Series OST or the Cage Series OST. As far as game soundtrack that recently got my attention, Nier Replicant had a lot of very beautiful vocal tracks. I've also been going back and listening to Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XIII's OSTs, and I've really loved those. Fuck, man, I hate trying to think critically about this sometimes. One of my favorite songs in a video game, though, has got to be You're Not Alone from Final Fantasy IX, which is a banger track. And then he says, but for real, Guitar Hero 3 had a banging soundtrack.
No,
Dude,
that's cheating.
Gavin was playing Through the Fire and the Flames like over and over. Like he really wanted to make it through it, dude.
Is it
Harlot?
weird that when I think of Guitar
Skull?
Hero 3, the song I think of isn't Through the Fire and the Flames, but Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones?
Oh, you're right.
That's
yeah.
weird. That is weird. Do you think of that? Yeah.
It is. I agree. I don't understand why. Or I think of the Tom Morello guitar battle.
That's more fair though, because that's like very.
It's just like.
Did you also have to battle Buckethead?
What? Sorry.
Did you also have a? Sorry, I interrupted your jam session. Was that is Guitar Hero 3 the same one you had to fight Buckethead? Play against
No,
Buckethead?
the 3 had Tom Morello, Slash, and then Satan.
Right, that's right.
Buckethead was, I don't know, did they bring back that mechanic for a different one?
I feel like I remember seeing a Buckethead. Like maybe I'm fucking making shit up. Maybe it's Berenstain Bears situation right now.
Yeah, it might be. I know
shit.
I don't know if they ever brought back the battle, but they definitely brought back like guest characters. Like you could be Matt Bellamy from Muse for some reason. In like one of the later ones. I don't know why you would want to be Matt Bellamy from Muse, but
I feel like that's something that Jared Leto would have done.
yeah, except he didn't. So it's like, why didn't he? What was he doing? You know?
He's, yeah,
But
I don't know.
yeah, I'm gonna say Guitar Hero 2 has a better soundtrack than 3, but maybe I'm an old man.
I agree.
Maybe I'm a silly old man.
Fucking boomer.
Yeah, boomer behavior. Alk says, Final Fantasy 15, absolutely no contest. From the moment I heard Somnus for the first time, I knew it was going to be good. And it just keeps getting better and better and better. God damn, I'm gonna jizz.
That soundtrack is really goated.
By the way, favorite song is Valse di Fantastica, because it's like the perfect travel song. I don't know what one that is by name, but I will say, anytime I cook breakfast, I put on the fucking cooking music from Final Fantasy 15 when I'm like making eggs and shit, and then I'll be like, I discovered a new recipe, and Tara's like, shut up.
It's the one that plays when you are like driving the boat and shit, like when you're going into the city for the first time.
Yep, that's a good one. Some of Yoko's best work.
Yeah, Yoko is just too goated. It's just too goated.
It's not Kingdom Hearts or Street Fighter 2, but it's up there.
Nah, dude, it's better.
I think I need to revisit that soundtrack because a lot of people would agree with you, but I don't know if I would. I'm not into that soundtrack very much.
That soundtrack, the battle music isn't great with a few exceptions, in my opinion. But the like just chilling kind of music when you're just doing random things
so good, dude,
is really good. And then that soundtrack also kind of cheats because you can load up every Final Fantasy soundtrack in your car and play it.
That too.
True.
So it's kind of a cheater.
But even like just talking about like just like the songs from the game itself, not that, it's still really, really good.
Yeah,
it does so well with the sad music, dude. Like the sad music in the game is just too fucking good.
Echo Dog, Bad Taste Weirdo, says, my favorite game soundtrack has gotta be Yakuza 5.
I thought you were blaming him. Like, instead of being trendsetter famous or whatever, like you just changed it yourself. But I just look and that's actually his name right now.
No, full disclosure, I changed it a week ago. And he thought Sean did it and was blaming Sean, and Sean's like, I can't do that.
Everyone blames Sean.
My favorite game soundtrack has got to be Yakuza 5. The game has the perfect track for everything, whether it's chicken racing, beating the fuck out of 100 goofy chuckleheads, beating the fuck out of a bear, or even racing chickens against each other like some kind of chicken race. The jams never ever stop. Battle for the Dream, Mutual Fist Smilers, One-Winged Angel, Knowledge of the Hunter, and Passion for Batting are just a few of my favorites. Speaking of Sephiroth, you can make him sing a fun and cool song while dressed as a shrimp. And speaking of the karaoke, that shit is stupid good. So good it feels like cheating to talk about it in this answer. And
It
it
is.
includes, of course, the debut of the instant classic song of the decade, So Much More. The last 4 hours of the game probably have some of the most nut-worthy boss themes I've heard in all my days, capped off by what's probably my second favorite final boss theme ever, the aforementioned Battle for the Dream. Truly some of the hottest fire produced this century. Sorry for the length. This is what happens when I answer a question a week at work. LMOA.
Is that like FMLA? Is that like benefits?
I think he just
Your work
switched the O
benefits?
and the A. I'm not sure. And then he says, wait, fuck, my favorite might actually be Yakuza 6. Eggathy.
Not because like a dragon, dude.
Yeah, feels bad.
Kind of cringe.
Get Roxel says, Final Fantasy 15 has probably gotten the most playtime, but that's not the one I'm here to discuss. You are not doing yourself a favor until you sit back and put on the Assassin's Creed Black Flag soundtrack. And mind you, I'm not talking about the entire soundtrack.
He's gonna
Absolutely
say just
not.
the fucking boat shanties.
Play just
bruh.
the songs that your crew will sing to you along to while you are sailing the ship. This is something the Caribbean missed in Cage 3. Nothing can put you more at ease than your entire crew gassing each other up to the sound of old sea shanties. My personal favorite, Leave Her Johnny, is an absolute classic. The experience is an undeniable, fundamental, guaranteed banger. Honorable mention, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. I actually know
That's
Leave Her
cheating.
Johnny. Leave Her Johnny's a good one. Do you guys know Leave Her Johnny?
You know that makes me
No.
think of is actually Johnny Guitar from fucking Fallout.
Oh yeah, it is kind of like that. Yeah.
There was never a man like my Johnny.
But yeah, I don't know that I want to sit there listening to sea shanties though, Gary Oxel, but I appreciate the sentiment. Librarian Gamer says, Final Fantasy VI hands down. What Nobuo Uematsu was able to do on a SNES hardware is mind-blowing. Highly recommended both the Piano Collections arrangement and the Piano Opera arrangements of the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack. That being said, Hollow Knight is a close second.
Yeah, Hollow Knight getting a lot
Fabio,
of
have you ever
shout-outs.
played 6?
I've never played 6.
Oh my god, you and Jason
but
both,
like,
dude.
Yeah, I'm just old enough where I just can't get into it because of how dated it is. So, I'm just not really into older console stuff, to be honest. So, if they I almost got the Pixel remaster, but then I didn't. So,
All right, well, one day I'm going to make Jason play it on stream, so. And then
I'll
he'll
watch.
know. And you will watch, and you will maybe like it. I don't know. It's a really good game.
I've heard it's good.
Zethis says, in Phil voice, I got 3 words for you. Shadow of the Colossus.
Nailed it.
Doesn't Shadow of the Colossus only have like one song, though?
Yeah, that's like saying Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Like,
It's
come
like
on.
it's good, but it's like the same song when you fight the Colossus. The Colossi. Colossi? Right?
Colossuses.
Colossuses.
No, I don't know. That's not
I'm
true.
pretty sure it's the same song. It's good. It's epic. I don't know. Zethis, I'm probably wrong. I'm sorry I'm griefing your answer. Bamboo says, Kid Icarus Uprising. It uses a lot of the
Yo.
motifs from Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and it's super cool. Never played it.
I think it's the other way around, isn't it? Isn't Brawl the one
I
that's...
don't know. I don't know if Bamboo's griefing by saying that or not. That might be
If
a
so.
bit. I don't know.
Yeah, fucking got me. No, Kid Icarus Uprising is a really incredible soundtrack.
I can't relate. Never played it, but maybe someday.
I've not either.
Oh,
I'm
you
just
just
a
know the
weirdo who
soundtrack,
listens
okay.
to. Yeah, I'm a weirdo who listens to music without actually interacting with the media.
That's fair. I've done that before. Just not with that game. Pure Strength Stan says, I definitely say Doom 2016 has a good selection of heavy shit you can break stuff
Nice.
to. I always listen to The Only Thing They Fear Is You on max days in the gym, and after dry
Hell
scooping
yeah.
some pre-workout, I feel like I could either fight God or become one. Slight gym bro brag, but I squatted 450 for the first time listening to the song like a year ago.
You're nuts.
I was a huge metal fan in my younger years, and I still am to a degree. This game's soundtrack makes you want to kill demons with your hands, and you can do exactly that in the game itself. Honorable mentions would be the Halo, ODST, and Bayonetta.
Halo soundtrack
Nice.
is really good.
speaking of, I'm so glad that somebody knew what I was talking about when I posted that Incubus track in the Discord.
Dude, yes.
Because
I had that on my like fucking MP3 player as a kid.
yeah.
It's one of the few things
Yeah,
I know because I love Incubus. So I was like, yo, they did like a Halo fucking album, 5 songs, whatever it is.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and
Straight
I
banging.
like the music is so good. I think that's with Ben Kenny. I think that was like the first thing they did with Ben Kenny.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Because it was around that time frame.
Right.
That'd just be so
yeah.
weird to join a band and do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Your first thing is
exactly.
we're doing the Halo songs now, and he's like, oh, okay.
Maybe that was like him getting acclimated, because like that whole all of those tracks is like just big jam session stuff.
Pretty much,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Just like them kind of jamming. So maybe that's how that was his audition.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, shit's good.
Curious Eden says FIFA 14 and FIFA 06 both had fire fucking soundtracks. You're cheating. You're fucking cheating.
Yikes.
As for OST stuff, I've got to give it to Hades. I feel like anyone who's sunk even a few hours in the game will agree that Hades soundtrack just fits perfectly with the setting, themes, and overall vibe of the game. It just has such a unique way of using off-the-wall instruments and dissonant yet relatable melodies in a way that perfectly encapsulates the bloody hand-drawn escape from Greek hell vibe. Not to mention the seamless transitions between field and battle music.
Yes, dude. It's just the same song, but they just drop most of it and the bass just takes over.
Yeah, dude.
It's
I love that.
so good. I wish they would make fucking DLC for this game, please.
There's a couple good songs in there that just slap. And then, like, you kill everything, and it's just, like, the bass is just,
Like Out of Tartarus is, like, the most, like, covered Hades song, like, of all time. It's such a banger.
Our Russo92 says, I gotta go with Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, sorry, that was me. I love the ambience, just roaming around on your horse through tall trees or any other forest-type areas. Hunting for pelts just on your own in the wild. Man, that is some good shit. I've never played the game, so I was just kidding about the snore. But what I remember about that soundtrack is that like when that game was like out, every like Game Awards show or whatever would be like, now here's 20-piece country band with a banjo playing a song from the Red Dead Redemption soundtrack, brother. And it fucking drove me nuts, dude. Like, they'd just be these people that
brother.
like. They got dirty on purpose to get on stage and do like they were all just like
That's my kind of
gross
music
looking
right there.
and they're just like
No,
I
Mike,
don't know, man.
They didn't get dirty to go on stage. They have been that dirty.
They've probably
whole
been that
life.
dirty since the cowboy times, dude.
Their
They probably
whole
came straight
life,
from that
brother.
era.
It's a lifestyle.
I'm sure the soundtrack's good, like because I've had my friends tell me that it's good. I just that
It's a
shit like
lifestyle.
there was between that and then like acoustic guy with woman with shrill voice comes out and does Last of Us 2 song. Like those were the two
Yep.
things, and it was all in the same era. And I was like, I can't handle this.
It was the worst.
Yep. I was gonna make I was gonna make a Last of Us reference, and I didn't know how to do it, and you executed it perfectly.
It was the worst
Thank
of
you. Thank you.
times. It was the worst of times.
And then like the musical thing would end, and they'd go, "All right, here's 5 awards for The Last of Us 2." And I'm just like, shut up, dude.
Please stop.
Swarls Barkley says, one of the new games I've been playing that has a good soundtrack is Hades.
Hell
really
yes.
blends the game together. Big shout out to Halo main menu choir. What? The main, he probably says the Halo main menu choir.
Yeah,
I don't know,
the Halo theme.
he put-
yeah.
He put main menu choir and FF7 Tifa's
Man, the menu.
main the menu. You're right. Swirl's got Italian suddenly. I don't know what happened there. And Tifa's theme. Tifa's theme is goated for sure.
Yeah.
Word.
K-Rain Gaming says Dearly Beloved or the original Tomb Raider theme. That's a toughie. Also, I have to mention the opening of Final Fantasy X with Otherworld. I'll never forget the first time I saw that.
That's what I was gonna say earlier.
Yes.
Is like, dude, Otherworld solos like a ton of other like soundtracks to me. It's so fucking good. Just that song.
Well, it's funny because it's like it's almost like what, like it's not like a typical like metal song. It's like what
Right.
somebody thinks metal sounds like,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
still like really good. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's such a weird song, but I love it so much. Fun fact, Otherworld is the first song I ever learned to play on my bass guitar, Fabio.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Otherworld. Great song.
Yeah.
Elbow Juice says, it has to be Jet Set Radio for me. It's got all the vibes. Humming the bass line and funky radio are my highlights. It pops off as background music for anything. I've never played the game, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
I feel like I know it. I don't know. Let me.
Yeah. No, I'm not familiar.
Energy Scott says, trying to avoid saying Kingdom Hearts because obviously that wins every conversation. There used to be a game on Sega called Sparkster, and that soundtrack was awesome. And if no one knows that, FF9 has a kick-ass scene when Zidane is in Terra and trying to face the enemy alone with all his friends jumping in to help. So good. Also, Neo, The World Ends With You, Upside Down Smile. One side of me screams, what have I become? The other side sings loudly, take a look at me. I don't know what that means, but I tried to read it in the way I thought he wanted it.
Dude, shout out to Incongruous, dude.
Jason's one song.
Yeah.
Shout out to Incongruous.
What's the one that's on our list that plays all the time? The one that sounds like a...
I think it's just like the main song. I don't know.
It sounds like 90s or mid-2000s rock rap.
Yeah. Oh.
And at one point it sounds like an Incubus song a little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
about? Yes.
I'm just time to do that. To prove it. And then at the end it goes into like a metal deal. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's someone put it on our stream playlist, so I hear it all the time. Orpheus Joshua says, Ye 7 is my favorite. It released on the PSP over a decade ago, now on Steam as well. I think this is the only game I've played where I legitimately enjoy every single track. It's kind of wild. Boss themes are nuts and field ones are great. Oh, that's just the sentence. I thought I read it wrong. Boss themes are nuts and field ones are great. Some of the best world map themes I've ever heard easily rival Square's quality with music. Also, I have a lot of sentimentality since this is the first game I ever played by this developer, so I associate it with them by default quite often. The first boss theme, Vacant Interference, was kind of a wake-up call for me in realizing how awesome video game music could be. While I was familiar with Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Persona, and other series before Ys, Ys 7 and this one particular song really managed to shock me because I wasn't expecting that level of quality. I like one Ys song. It's the one OJ doesn't like. It's the one everybody plays. Shit. Now I gotta say it.
All the Ys stuff that I've heard like from the playlist.
No, they're all
stuff,
good, but there's one I really like.
Yeah. Shout outs to OJ for turning me on to Ys music.
Sunshine Coastline from
Shout out to
Ys 8.
OJ for just turning me on, dude.
Oh.
Yeah. Orgasmic.
Next answer is from Cheney. Other than Kingdom Hearts, Undertale / Deltarune combo is always solid. Favorite track would be Field of Hopes and Dreams. Listen to that most mornings to get me energized for the day.
Ooh.
Hopes of Field and Dreams Field of Hopes and Dreams. I don't know why I said Hopes of Field and
Fields
Dreams.
and Dreams.
That song is a bop. It's a banger. Also know that anyone who listens to a specific track, I'm looking them up and you are getting judged as a person by me.
Oh, damn.
Okay, Cheney. All right. David Russell says Ori and the Blind Forest has an unbelievable soundtrack. It's up there at the top. I never get enough of completing the circle and restoring the light facing the dark. I didn't play the entirety of Ori and the Blind Forest, and I have not played the sequel at all. But part of the reason the opening of that game is so effective, you know, where like the person that was caring for Ori passes. You've seen that, right? It was like huge when it...
No, I have not.
Really?
Yeah, I never really seen anything for Ori.
Oh. There's a part in the game, like the beginning of the game before... The game's basically a Metroidvania, right? But at the beginning of the game...
Yeah, I have to try it out.
It's a cool game. They paint this picture of Ori getting taken care of by this... you could see it here on the cover that he posted of this person. And they end up, like, dying.
Yo, spoilers!
Yeah. Well, it's in the first... It's, like, It's in the first, like, 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, so it's like this big
reason-
sloth-ass person.
Right. But part of the reason it's so effective...
Don't get attached.
Because there's no like spoken word or anything. It's just music,
okay.
and the part of the reason it's so
That
effective
makes it a lot
is because
sadder,
of the
for
music.
sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's really good. I highly
I
recommend
can see
that
how
game.
I would cry to that, yeah.
Yep. Cheese and Quacker says, I'm not big into soundtracks in video games, but my favorite soundtrack has to be Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. My favorite song from this game is In the Final. This song just gives me serotonin. This song gives me feelings of many different emotions and shows how this is the final battle in the game. The soundtrack was also composed by Yoko Shimomura, so that might be another reason why I like it. Also,
I knew that actually.
Yeah, I did too. Also, I think I'm the only person that plays this game LMFAO.
I remember, I think my nephew gave it to me or something, or my friend gave it to me. Like, I remember I played it and beat 90% of it in one sitting, pretty much, and then just never touched it again. I never beat it, I don't think.
Yeah, I've never played that specific one. I've played a couple of the Mario and Luigi games, but Bowser's Inside Story is not one I've played. So, but I heard it's good. I just,
that one's like a fever dream, right? Like
games,
when you blast through a game and then never touch it ever again, that shit almost feels like a dream. Not sure if it's real or not.
DP Grant says it's gotta be Final Fantasy X, hands down. It has the best battle theme of all Final Fantasies, iconic classics in To Xanarkand and Hymn of the Faith, and underrated gems like Besaid Island and Spirit Unplugged. I would say KH1, who doesn't love Another Side or A Day in Agrabah, but Final Fantasy X slightly pulls ahead for me. Dude, I could talk for another 20 minutes about that soundtrack, but I'm going to spare you guys.
Yeah, we already did,
Yeah. Oblivion, shout out to V, says, I have a lot of favorite soundtracks, but I'm going to mention some underrated faves for the spice, TM. My favorite game of all time is Kid Icarus Uprising. It has a phenomenal soundtrack. It's such a cool blend of fully orchestrated pieces with some elements of electric guitar and bass. Not to mention the tracks are super diverse, on top of the motifs from the classic Kid Icarus music themes being used in a lot of the levels, music in unique ways that you almost don't recognize it at some points. It's so hard to choose a favorite track, but I'm going to name Lightning Battle since it's agreed upon players to be one of the most memorable music tracks in the game and an awesome level. The other game I want to mention is Chicory, A Colorful Tale. The game is so sweet and cute, and I cannot recommend it enough. The music was done by Lena Rain, known for her work on Celeste. I hum the music in this game to myself on a daily basis. My standout pick is the track Dinners, The Big City. Yes, everything in this game is named after food, which features Insane in the Rain on saxophone in the melody. Yo, shout out to Carlos, dude. What a legend.
Dude, Insane in the Rain is dope.
Seeing a content creator / musician I'm a fan of be a part of a game I adore deeply just makes it all the more special and super dope. Thank you,
Dude,
V.
I need to... dude, after this, I'm about to go listen to some Insane in the Rain.
Dude, Carlos is legendary, dude. Iron Aggro says, best soundtrack ever is Drakengard 3.
Okay.
Just never played it.
It's that simple. I guess.
But he let us know. The SB Cat says, my favorite video game soundtrack is Final Fantasy 13. It can instantly transport me back to sitting in my grandparents' house, playing my rented copy from Gamefly, unknowingly sparking a love for Final Fantasy for years to last. Lightning's theme, unmatched. Battle theme, banger. You just can't lose. Thank you, SB.
Yeah, the FF13 music actually makes me interested. This is what always happens. I'm like, yo, this music is fucking crazy, dude. And then I go look at some gameplay and I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
We'll play it at some point because we're going to play all the Final Fantasies, but yeah.
No, I definitely want to, but yeah.
Wow, Fabio, those last couple answers, you were a big talker, huh? Just kidding, guys. Fabio wasn't here.
He was never here.
Yeah, he was never here. Fabio's just a dream. All right, we got one more answer here from the Purple Edian. Obviously, KH is an easy answer. The soundtrack specifically has a special place in my heart due to how much I listen to it during my online classes and exams during quarantine. My other answer, with some partial recency bias, is going to be Nier Automata. Replicant's good too. All the stuff people say about the OST being super atmospheric really rang true to me, and a number of the songs will just pop into my head while I'm working on something and I need that background head music. Shout out to the amusement park theme for somehow being unsettling, having a theme park feel, and feeling as if nothing else would have fit the environment better. Can't wait to hear this in 3 to 4 months when I reach this episode. LMAO.
Dude, yeah. And the village theme, dude. That is in German or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know what they're singing. Fabio, do you have an answer to this, sir?
Yeah, sure. So, wait, is it supposed to be non-Kingdom Hearts?
It doesn't have to be.
It can be whatever, yeah.
Because it's absolutely Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
It's Kingdom Hearts 1 specifically. It's just that the music from that game was extremely formative. It It
Right.
basically it helped inform young me to realize that I wanted to be involved with music because I liked the music so much, and I realized like, wow, like I like how this makes me feel. Like I want to do that. Like I like music a lot, and so I credit that soundtrack heavily for kind of making me want to be a musician. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I would definitely say that. Non-KH, I would say Sonic Adventure 2. It's just I don't know how to explain. It's probably a nostalgia thing, like whatever the point in my life that I was playing that game. But and all the music for Rouge the Bat is
Hell yeah, dude.
fucking absolute
Oh,
bangers.
dude, it's like you
Absolute bangers.
knew I was falling asleep, so you had to say Rouge the Bat, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, yo,
No,
real
it's
shit.
true, and I'm not even being ironic. That's the Rouge music is so fucking good. I love it.
Rouge the Bat. I said this on stream earlier, but I want to know what freak said, let's make a bat and let's give her giant human tits.
Oh shit, big ass titties though, and wore high heels.
Let's just give this bat. I'm down bad. Let's give this bat giant human titties, dude. You know what I mean? Like who did
That's
that,
it, dude.
I want to meet the man that did that, and I want to shake his hand. That's what I want.
Holy shit.
His
And I want
greasy
Kurt
ass
Z's on the
hand.
podcast. Yeah, Kurt Z's on the podcast, and I want to shake that man's hand. And if I do that, I'll die happy. Jason, do you have an answer to this question?
I don't know. I guess if I go by playtime, like listen to it outside of the game, it's probably Dynasty Warriors 4.
Holy
Straight
shit.
up.
Banger.
It's so fucking good. Like the tone of the guitar is just, I don't know, dude. It just does something for me, dude. And like the traditional Chinese music mixed with just like fucking heavy ass guitar, it just is so banging, dude. And they do like crazy shit in it. Like I know we have like Eve is on our playlist, and it's just so good. But even just like the Lu Bu theme is probably like the most popular, just because Lu Bu's super fucking popular. But yeah, dude, that playlist is just so. I unironically listen to that playlist all the time. Like when I'm just like gaming, hanging out with friends. Like if we're playing like fucking like Overwatch or some other degenerate game, like League of Legends or something. Like I'm probably just jamming the Dynasty Warriors 4 soundtrack. It's so good.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So this is actually a really hard question for me to answer because I probably listen to a lot more video game music than the average person, I would say. I've actually had to like push myself to listen to regular music, like contemporary music sometimes, because I'll just listen to video game music that much. My head is telling me the answer is Chrono Cross, and that's, a really good soundtrack. Matsuda just kills it. It's so good. I like it. I mean, Chrono Trigger's good, but I like Chrono Cross's soundtrack even better. And I just think it's when they did the remaster, they asked if there'd be different arrangements of the songs, and he said, no, I think it's perfect. And damn it, he's right. I'm not even gonna get mad at him for being cocky like that, because he's right. It's perfect how it is. But that's not my answer. My answer is actually Donkey Kong Country 2, baby.
I knew it, dude.
Donkey
I
Kong
knew
Country
it.
2.
I friggin'
David
knew it,
Wise popped the fuck off in a way that I've never seen anybody pop off, and then just fell into obscurity, dude. Because Donkey Kong Country 3's soundtrack is garbage, hot fucking garbage. I don't know what happened to the man. It's like he released this soundtrack that's incredible, and then it's like he was possessed by a god, and then the god left him by the time the Donkey Kong Country 3 soundtrack came around. Donkey Kong Country 2 soundtrack is so good. People always talk about Sticker Brush Symphony, which is a great song, but there's the Forest Interlude's incredible, even better than that song, and there's so many songs on it that are just killer. The only reason I don't listen to it more is because it's not on fucking Spotify. Nintendo, get your shit together. Put that shit on Spotify so I can just jam it, dude. But that's my answer. So yeah,
Good answer.
Thank you everybody for answering this week's question of the week. Next week's question of the week is down to 2, and I'm gonna let Fabio choose.
Ooh.
Okay. One is Egg of Dog suggestion, which we purposely didn't pick last week because we didn't want Egg to think he's a trendsetter. So if you want to continue to follow that's okay. But you can also pick it.
I would be the trendsetter then.
Though. Yeah.
Yeah, you would be the trendsetter at that point. So his question of the week is, what is the worst line in a Kingdom Hearts game? Like the worst spoken line. And then the other option is from DP Grant, and it's what's your favorite voice acting performance in Kingdom Hearts and why? And then he adds, for international listeners of the ARP who have played multiple languages, do you have a preference and why? So they're both kind of voice acting related. Eggs is what's the worst line, and DP Grant is favorite voice acting performance in Kingdom Hearts. So what do you think you want to go with, Fabio?
I think best voice acting performance is a good one, but I feel like now we've just did a what's your favorite type of question, so I'm actually going to go with Egg of Dog's question.
Breeding chaos. I love it.
That's the wrong answer, Fabio.
No, that was the right answer. And you unlock the extra. No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing to unlock. You've unlocked all the achievements, Fabio.
And if you reach under your
trendsetters
seat,
don't do what other people want. They make their own choices.
That's true. Fabio, a real trendsetter. Egg, you could learn a thing or two. All right, dude. Fabio,
take notes.
This is like the longest Ansem Report podcast recording we've done in a very long time.
It doesn't feel like it.
It was a blast, dude.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Thanks,
you coming
guys.
on. Well, since it's been a minute, why don't you just drop one more time where people could find you so they could follow you and all that?
You can find me personally on Twitter at Fabio the Iguana. You can find my band Time King on streaming services. You can also find me personally on streaming services. And then I have a music production studio with my good friend Jesse Wright. We're called Meta Vista Media. You can find us on social media, and we have a website.
And I would just like to say shout outs to Fabio and Jesse for allowing us to use the theme of the Ansem Report podcast, Radiant Garden. It's a banger.
A theme we don't deserve. You know what I mean? It's way too cool for something like this podcast. Like, it's way too cool for our podcast, but we get to use it, dude.
Yes, definitely. It makes us seem way more professional than we actually are, as I'm sure you found out during this recording today, Fabio.
Well, hey, I get to tell people like, oh yeah, I made a song and it's actually got picked up by a podcast. So
yeah, dude. No,
true,
dude,
true.
Tell them that we paid a lot of money
Just
for
keeps
it too.
the illusion keeps getting deeper and deeper, dude. It's great.
Yeah. No, but dude, thank you for coming on. We'll definitely have you on again. You're the boy
for having me.
We love having you, dude. We love chatting with you. And be on the lookout for maybe a bit of a secret project, secret podcast project that Fabio might be involved with in a little bit here. So we got some stuff in the works, guys, so be on the lookout. Fabio, do you want to do the honors? Do you either want to say Jason's line or do you want to say my line?
Say Jason's line.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Ansem Report podcast, episode 12. Fabio, hit him with it.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Thank you.
Now fuck off.
Oh, dude, I thought you weren't going to do it. I was a little scared.
I'm gonna give him a second, dude.
The pregnant pause. I was like, oh, is he not going to do the fuck off? Oh, no.
You gotta eat the pot. You gotta do the pause.
No,
the
dude,
pause
no,
is
you
part
killed
of
it. You killed it. It was amazing, but I just got worried for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Ansem Report podcast, episode 12, featuring Fabio the Iguana. Thank you again to Fabio for being on, and thank you to him as well, a.k.a. Shane Plunkett and Jesse Wright of Meta Vista Media for allowing us to use Radiant Garden as our theme song. It's a banger, right, Jason?
Yeah, dude. We love it so much. I be listening to it all the time, straight up.
Dude, I
like, this would be so cool on the podcast. Wait, it is. It's a good ending.
It's a good ending, dude. So thank you to those two. And thank you again for Fabio for being on. We'd love to have him again someday. He's a great dude. Speaking of great dudes and gals and people,
I call everybody
Patreon.com/Super SpikeGhetti Bros is where you can go to support us like these amazing people have. Jason, start us off.
Nesquick.
Billy the Kid Lawrence.
Corinne Verg.
Dr. Lambic.
DP Grant.
Elbow Juice.
Energy Scott.
SPCat.
Famous for Nothing.
Gav Dodd.
Iron Daddy Sean.
It's your boy, Woody.
Pokemon Trainer J.
Lisa S.
Mr. Trumpeter 711.
Iron Aggro.
Orpheus Joshua.
Panda Love.
Preferred Whale 6.
Swirls Barkley.
Vigilus Gaming.
Water KH. I'm sorry. Dr. Water KH.
Yon Song.
Zach P.
Birdo Jester.
Chillery.
Lands of Masters.
Frank Verg.
Get Roxel.
Regular Pat.
Fabio the Iguana.
Unholy Dolphin.
Venus.
What's up, Carl?
Chene.
Kyrie's Bro.
Librarian Gamer.
Travis Town Jr.
Phil Games.
And Afro Roxas. Thank you to everybody who supports us on patreon.com/Super SpikeGhetti Bros. We're doing a lot of fun stuff coming up there, especially our fine Do It Myself podcast where we talk about Marvel movies, and we're doing Thor Love and Thunder very soon, along with Loki to kind of complete the Thor, what we have so far of Thor's life outside of the Avenger movies. So please check that out. Go to patreon.com/Super SpikeGhetti Bros to check that out. And thank you everybody who supports us. You guys mean the world, and it makes us it so much easier for us to produce content when we get that financial support, honestly. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week for episode 13.
When is the server? Stick I must know that. Hi. No, det är det jag
Really after men det smies att man det så vars då så med am det silver vein lova.
I am on the Christmas scanner. My dark. I know. It's the name of the Hell's Eric.